All right, part 396, inspection, repair, and maintenance. 396.1, scope. 396.3, inspection, repair, and maintenance. 396.5, lubrication. 396.7, unsafe operation forbidden. 396.9, inspection, motor vehicles, interchange module equipment in operation. 396.11, inspection, motor vehicles operation. 396.12, procedure for the intermodule equipment provides accident reports required by 390.42b of this chapter. 396.13, driver inspection. 396.15, drive-away, tow-away operation inspection. 396.17, periodic inspection. 396.19, inspector qualification. 396.21, periodic inspection record keeping requirements. 396.23, equivalent period inspection. 396.25, equivalent qualification and brake inspectors. And then we'll start out with 396.1, scope. All right, testing. All right, 396.1 scope. Every motor carrier, its officer with the driver, to aid the representative, the employee directly concerned with the inspection maintenance of the commercial motor vehicle with most knowledge, able to err, capable of the rules of part. Every intermodule equipment to provide for the officer, for the agent, for the representative, the employee directly with the concern with the inspection and maintenance of the intermodule equipment. The interchange with the officer for the interchange of the motor carriers must acknowledge for the comply with the rules of this part. This part does not apply with the covered firearm vehicles as defined in Title 49 CFR 395. The drivers such as the vehicles, these rules part do not apply with the pipeline welding trucks as defined in Title 49.3. CFR 390.38b, 396.3, inspection, repair, and maintenance. General, every motor carrier with the intermodule equipment provider must systematically inspect, repair, maintain a copy of systematically inspect the period, repair and maintain all motor vehicle with the intermodule equipment that's subject to its control. Parts of accessories shall be in a safe, proper operation condition at all times. This includes specified the parts of 393 subchapter, any of the additional parts of accessory that may affect for the safety operation, including but not limited to frame, assembly, suspension systems, axles, attaching parts, wheels, rims, and steering systems. Push-out windows and emergency boards, emergency doors, marking and lights and buses shall be inspected at least every 30 to 90 days. Required records. Most carriers, except for the private motor carrier, the passengers, the non-business, must be maintained. Cause and maintain records. Each of the motor vehicle they control the 30 consecutive days for the intermodule equipment. Provide for the maintain the cause of the maintain record for each of the intermodule equipment. The tender intent for the tender motor carrier. These records must include a identification of the vehicle, including company name and the number of the market, making the serial number, the year of the tire, side of the edition with the motor carrier vehicle is not owned with a motor carrier. Record shall identify the name of the person furnishing the vehicle. Means indicate with the nature, due to the date of the various inspection maintenance operation be performed. A record of the inspection, repairs, maintenance indicate with the date of the nature. For the record of the testing conducted with the pass shot window of the emergency doors and the emergency door with the marking lights of the business. Record retention section which will pertain with the vehicle that either house or maintain with a period of 1 year after 6 months after the motor vehicle leaves of the motor carrier's control. 396.5, lubrication. Every motor carrier shall ensure that each of the motor vehicles subject to the control is properly lubricated, free of oil and grease and leaks. And 396.7, unsafe operation forbidden. General, a motor vehicle shall not be operated with the conditions of the likely to cause accidents of the or a breakdown of the vehicle. The exception motor vehicle that discover the unsafe condition will be operated with on the highway may continue the operation only with the nearest place where repairs shall be effected. Such operation shall be conducted only unless for the hazard to the public and then to the permit vehicle to remain on the highway. 396.9, inspection motor vehicle for the intermodule operation. Personnel authorized to perform inspection each of the special agent of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration defined in Appendix B with the subchapter authorized to enter upon performing inspection of the motor carrier vehicle the operation intermodule equipment of the operation prescribed inspection report. Driver vehicle examination report shall be included. Recorded results of the motor vehicle inspection result of the intermodule equipment inspection should be conducted authorized by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration personnel. Motor vehicle intermodule equipment out of service of the authorized personnel shall declare the motor marker out of service of the motor vehicle with the intermodule equipment with the reason for the mechanical addition likely to cover the accident breakdown out of service of the vehicle to trigger that shall be used to mark the vehicle to intermodule equipment out of service. No motor carrier intermodule equipment provided shall require the permit of any of the person operating the door shall any of the person operating any motor vehicle with the intermodule equipment declared marked out of service until all of the repairs required with the out of service if it has been satisfactorily completed with the term operate as used in the section including the towing of the vehicle intermodule equipment except for the vehicle's intermodule equipment marked out of service that may be towed away in means of the vehicle using the crane or hoist vehicle combination. Consisting of the merging towing vehicle with the out of service vehicle shall not be operated unless the combination meet with the performance of the requirements subchapter except for these conditions over the driver's vehicle examination report. No person shall remove the outstanding service out of service vehicle sticker from any of the motor vehicle the intermodule equipment prior to completion of all of the repairs required for the out of service notice. Motor carrier intermodule equipment provided with the disposition and derived from the aim of the motor vehicle included the motor vehicle transportation intermodule equipment that received the inspection shall be delivered with a copy of the both of the motor carrying operating vehicle intermodule equipment provided that his or her arrival to the next terminal terminal and facility of the driver is not scheduled to arrive at the terminal facility of the motor carrier operating the vehicle. The facility intermodule equipment provided with 24-hour, the driver shall immediately mail and fax, otherwise transmit, report, and motor carrier intermodule equipment provider. Motor carriers intermodule equipment providers examine the reports of violations of the fact that noted thereon corrected in accordance with the 39611A3 repairs of the item intermodule requirements placed out of service. Also documented the maintenance records such as the equipment. Within 15 days of the following day of the inspection, motor carrier intermodule equipment provider shall certify the violations has been corrected, completing the signature of the other carrier intermodule equipment provider official with the title and the date and signed portion of the form. 2. Return the completed roadside inspection issuing agency address that indicated with the form. The retained copy of the motor carrier and the principal place of business at the intermodule equipment provided with the principal business and wherever the vehicle is housed for 12 months from the day of the inspection. Alright, 39611, the driver vehicle inspection reports. Equipment provided with the motor carrier. The report required that every motor carrier shall require with the driver to report. Every driver shall prepare a reporting writing completion of each day's work. Each vehicle's operating exempt of the intermodule equipment. The intermodule equipment provided with the report shall cover at least the following parts: accessible surface brakes, include the trailer, brake connection, parking brake, steering mechanism, lighting devices, reflectors, tires, horns, windshield wipers, rear vision mirrors, coupling devices, wheel rims, and emergency equipment. Report of content. The report must identify the vehicle likely to deficient with the defect of the deficiency discovered the report of the driver that would affect with the safety operation of the vehicle, the result of the mechanical breakdown. If the driver operates more than one vehicle during the day, the report must be prepared with each of the vehicle operated with the driver, the passenger carrying with the commercial motor vehicle. Subject regulation must prepare to submit the report with no defect with the deficiency discovered the report with the driver. The driver also of the commercial motor vehicles are not required to prepare submit the report if no defect of deficiency is discovered or reported to the driver. The driver must sign the report with the two driver operations. Only one driver needs to sign the driver vehicle inspection report, provided both drivers agree to the defect of the deficiencies identified. Alright, 3. Corrective action. Prior to the requiring of the permit of the driver the operating of the vehicle, each motor vehicle, the agent shall repair with the aim of the defect with the deficiency listed with the driver vehicle inspection report would likely to be affect with the safety operation of the vehicle. Every motor carrier of the agency certified with the original driver vehicle inspection report, which lists any of the defect deficiency with the defect with the deficiencies have been repaired. The repair is necessary before the vehicle is operated. For retain the repairs of the report, every motor carrier shall maintain original driver record vehicle inspection report with certification of repairs. The certification driver's review of the 3 months of the day of the written report was prepared. Exemption rules in section shall apply with the private motor carrier of the passenger non-business driveway towaway operation aimed at the motor carrier operating only one of the commercial motor vehicles. Alright, B. Equipment provided by the intermodule equipment provider. Report required intermodule equipment provided with the must have the process the receive of the driver the report of each of the driver of the motor carrier of the transportation intermodule equipment must report with the intermodule equipment provided with the designated of the agent any known damage, defect, of deficiencies in intermodule equipment at the time of the equipment is in return with the provider designated of the report must include the minimum of the following parts as accessory: brakes, lighting devices, lamps, markers, conspicuous marking materials, wheels, rims, lugs, tires, airline connecting hosing, couplers, kingpin, upper coupling device, rails, upper support or frame, tie-down bolsters, locking pins, gloves, clamps, and hooks, and sliding frame lock. Report content: name of the motor carrier responsible for the operating of the intermodule equipment at the time of the damage of the defect deficiencies discovered and repaired. The driver of the motor carrier U.S. dot number of the intermodule equipment to provide with the U.S. dot number unique identifying the number of the item of the intermodule equipment, date and the time of the report of the submitted, and the damage of the defect deficiencies in the intermodule equipment reported is the equipment provided with the discovered and reported to the motor carrier or its driver would be: A. Affect the safety of the operation of intermodule equipment, result of the mechanical breakdown of the transport of the public roads. The signature of the driver would be prepared to report. 3. The corrective action principle allowing the permitting of the motor carrier to transport piece of the intermodule equipment for the motor carrier with the driving submitted the report of the damages, effects, deficiencies, intermodule equipment provided with its agents must repair the reported damage, defect, deficiencies likely to affect the safety operation of the vehicle. 2. Each intermodule equipment provided from the agent must certify the original driver's report, the list of the damage, defects and deficiencies in intermodule equipment. If the report damage, defects, deficiencies have been repaired, the repair unnecessary before vehicle is operated again. Retention period and reports: each intermodule equipment provider must maintain all documents required in the section, including the original driver's report, certification, repairs, intermodule equipment. The period of 3 months from the day of the motor carrier of the driver to submit the report to the intermodule equipment provided or its agent. 39612. 39612 procedure for the intermodule equipment provided except for the reports of required in 390 and 42B of this chapter. System of the report's intermodule equipment provided with the established system of the motor carrier. The driver of the report with the damage of the defect with the deficiency intermodule equipment discovered the reported with the motor carrier with the driver which for the effect with the safety operation intermodule equipment result of the mechanical breakdown of the transport in the public roads. The report content of the system of the required paragraph. The age section must include the documentation of all the following: name of the motor carrier responsible for the operation of intermodule equipment, the time of the damage, the effect of the deficiencies were discovered, the report of the driver. The motor carrier US dot number of the intermodule equipment to provide a US dot number, the unique identifying number of the item of the intermodule equipment, the date and the time of the report was submitted. All damages, defects, deficiency, intermodule equipment, they must be reported with the equipment and provided with the motor carrier over the driver. The no defect with deficiency, intermodule equipment that is discovered or reported by the driver. No written report is required. Signature of the driver who has prepared the report. Corrective action principle prior allowing the permitting of the motor carrier with the transport piece for the intermodule equipment, which the motor carrier and the driver that submitted the report show the damage, the defect, the deficiencies, intermodule equipment that provided with the agent must repair the reported damage, the defect, the deficiencies likely to affect the safety operation of the vehicle. Each intermodule equipment that provided with the agent must certify with the original driver the report with a list of any damage, defects, and deficiencies. Intermodule equipment that the report damage, the defect, the deficiencies have been repaired and repair the unnecessary of the vehicle operating again. Alright, retention period of the reports and intermodule equipment provided that must maintain all the documents required with this section, include the original driver, the report, certification, repairs of intermodule equipment, the period of 3 months from the date of the motor carrier to driver that submitted the report by the intermodule equipment provider, its agent. 396.13. Driver inspection before the driver of the motor vehicle. The driver must satisfy the motor vehicle in safe operation condition. Review the last vehicle. The driver inspection report. Sign of the report of the defect with the deficiencies. Know of the driver that prepared with the report. Acknowledgement of the driver reviewed that there is certification of the required repair that has been performed. The signature requirement does not apply with the listed defects on a towed unit, which is no longer part of the vehicle combination. 396.15. Driveway towaway operations inspection. General effective December 7th, 1989. Every motor carrier with respect to the motor vehicles engaged in the driveway towaway operation shall comply with the requirements of this part with exemption maintenance of the records required in 396.3 of the vehicle inspection report, 396.11, and the periodic inspection report 396.17 of this part shall not be required for any of the vehicle which is part of the shipment being delivered. Pre-trip inspection before the beginning of the driveway towaway operation of the motor vehicle, the combination of the motor carrier shall carefully inspect the test, certain that the tow bar and saddle mount with the connection with the properly secured with the towed and towing vehicle, the function adequately without the cramping the binding of any of the parts. 3. The towed motor vehicle, the file with a substantial path for the towing the vehicle without whipping or swerving. The post-trip inspection motor carrier shall maintain practice to ensure the following completion of any of the trip driveway towaway operation motor vehicle combination before they are used again. Tow bars, saddle mounts, disassembled, inspected, worn, bent, cracked, broken, and missing parts broken. Reusable, suitable repair replacement shall be made of any defective parts and the devices shall properly reassembled. 396.17. Periodic inspection. Every commercial motor vehicle must be inspected required, but the section inspection must include the minimum of the parts accessible set forth in Appendix G of the subchapter. The term commercial motor vehicle include the vehicle is a combination of vehicle that, for example, the tractor trailer, semi-trailer, full trailer, combination tractor, semi-trailer, and full trailer, including converting of the dolly, is so equipped but must be inspected. Except if provided in 396.23, the paragraph motor carriers must inspect them. Inspected all motor vehicles are subject to the control of the intermodule equipment that provides must be inspected, caused to be inspected with the intermodule equipment, the interchange with the intent of the interchange with the motor carrier's intermodule transportation. A motor carrier must not use the commercial motor vehicle as an intermodule equipment. The provider must be the tenant of the equipment motor carrier with the interchange and left the component identified in Appendix G of the subchapter has been inspected in accordance with the term of the section at least once during the preceding 12-month documentation inspection of the vehicle. The documentation may be the inspection report prepared in accordance with 396.21a of the other documentation based on the inspection report with a sticker of the decal with the name of the following information, the day of the inspection, name of the driver of the motor carrier and intermodule equipment provided. Other entity of the inspection report is maintain information uniquely identified the vehicle inspected but not clearly marked on the motor vehicle, and a certification that the vehicle has passed inspection in accordance with 396.17. D. A motor carrier in performing the required annual inspection vehicles over the carrier's control are not subject to the inspection of 396.23. B1. Intermodule equipment may perform the required annual inspection with the intermodule equipment interchange intended for the interchange motor carrier that are not subject to the inspection of the 396.23b. In lieu of the self-inspection provided in the paragraph D of the section motor carrier, the intermodule equipment that provide responsible for the inspection may choose to have the commercial garage fleet leasing company with the trucks stop with the other similar commercial businesses perform inspection. The agent provided the business operating maintains facility appropriate commercial vehicle inspection employed with the qualified inspection required in 396.19. Vehicles passing periodic inspection performed at the off-spaces, any of the state government equivalent of the jurisdiction meeting the minimum standard of the contained appendix G, subchapter conformed, considered to be meet the requirements of any of the annual inspection per period of the 12 months commencing the last day of the month while inspection was performed. It is responsible for the motor carrier to the intermodule equipment to provide the ensure that all the parts for the accessory commercial motor vehicle are intended to use the interstate of the commercial for the which are responsible to maintain promptly repaired with minimum standards set forth in Appendix G of the subchapter. Failure to perform properly annual inspection required by the section shows the motor carrier or the intermodule equipment provided by the B subject to the penalty provision Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 521B. 396.19 Inspector qualification. Motor carriers and intermodule equipment providers make sure that the individuals performing annual inspection on 396.17 D and E are qualified as follows. Understand the inspection criteria set forth in 393 Appendix G subchapter identify the defect of the components acknowledged and have the mastered methods, procedure of the tools and equipment when using performing the inspection. Are capable of performing an inspection by reason, experience, and training of the both as follows: successfully completing the federal and state-sponsored training program or certificate of the state with a Canadian province qualified for the individual to perform commercial motor vehicle safety inspection. Have in combination with the training experience totaling at least 1 year such training experience may be consist of participating in commercial motor vehicle manufacturer-sponsored training program, similar commercial training program designed to train students of the commercial motor vehicle operation maintenance, experience in mechanical inspector motor carrier intermodule equipment maintenance and program, experience in mechanical inspector commercial motor vehicles maintenance and commercial garage fleet leasing company similar facility, experience in commercial motor vehicle inspector of the state, provincial, and federal government. Motor carriers of the intermodule equipment, the providers must retain equivalent to the individual qualification under this section must retain the evidence of the period during the individual performing an annual motor vehicle inspection for the motor carrier intermodule equipment, and 1 year thereafter they have the motor carrier's intermodule equipment providers do not have the maintained documentation and inspection qualification for the inspection performed at state periodic inspection programs. Alright, 396.21 Periodic Inspection Record Keeping Requirement. The qualified inspector will perform and the inspector shall prepare the report, identify the individual performing the inspection, identify the motor carrier operating the vehicle, intermodule equipment, provide the intending for the interchange of the vehicle with the motor carrier, identify the date of the inspection, identify the vehicle inspected, identify the vehicle components of the inspected, describe the result of the inspection, including the identify those of the components not meeting minimum standards set forth in Appendix G of the subchapter, certifying the accuracy of the completeness of the inspection and complying with the requirements of the subset of this section. B1. The original copy of the inspection shall be retained with the motor carrier intermodule equipment. The power provided by the other entity for the responsible inspection period of the 14 months for the day of the inspection report. The original and a copy of the inspection report must be retained with the vehicle, either with the household or maintained. The original copy of the inspection report must be made available to inspection upon the demand and authority of federal, state, and local officials. Exemption of the motor carrier and operating of the commercial motor vehicle that did not perform commercial motor vehicle last annual inspection or an intermodule equipment provided that does not itself perform annual inspection of the equipment intended for the interchange of the motor carrier. The motor carrier and intermodule equipment provider responsible for obtaining the original copy of the last annual inspection report demanded by the authorized federal, state, and local official. Alright, 396.23 Equivalent Periodic Inspection. A commercial motor vehicle is subject to the mandatory state inspection program to determine the administrative is effective of the 396.17 the motor vehicle, the intermodule equipment provided with the must meet the requirements of 396.17 with the state inspection program. Commercial motor vehicle inspections may be conducted with state personnel of the state authorized commercial motor vehicles by the motor carrier intermodule equipment provided with itself as an auspicious state authorized self-inspection program. Should the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration determine that the state inspection program in whole or in part is not effective with the 396.17 the motor carrier interstate intermodule equipment provider must ensure the periodic inspection required in 396.17 is performed on all commercial motor vehicles under its control manner specified in 396.17. Alright, 396.25 Qualification Brake Inspectors, motor carriers, and intermodule equipment provides make ensure all inspection, maintenance, repairs, service of the brakes for the commercial motor vehicles are performed in compliance with the requirements of the inspection. For purposes of this section, brake inspectors means any employee with a motor carrier intermodule equipment provider responsible for ensuring that all the brake inspection, maintenance, service of the commercial motor vehicles and intermodule equipment provided the control meet the applicable features, federal standards. No motor carrier intermodule provider required the performance any of the employee who does not meet the minimum brake inspector qualification. Paragraph D, the section reasonable inspection, maintenance of service of repairs of the air brakes for the commercial motor vehicle. The motor carrier and intermodule equipment provider may ensure that each of the brake inspectors qualified as follows. Understanding the brake surface inspection task is accomplished can perform the task if the knowledge has been mastered of the method, the procedure, the tool, the equipment, and used for performing the assigned brake surface and inspection task, and is capable of performing assigned brake surface inspection using experience training in both as follows: has successfully completed an apprenticeship program sponsored by the state with the Canadian Province Federal Agency Labor Union Training Program approved by the state Province Federal Agency, has a certificate from state Canadian Province for the qualified personnel to perform assigned brake surface inspection tasks, including passage of a commercial driver license, air brake tests in the case of the air brake inspection, or had brake-related training experience, the combination thereof, totaling at least 1 year of the such training experience consists of a participation in training and programs of the brake and vehicle with the manufacturer, similar commercial training program designated with the training incident of the brake maintenance inspection, similar to assigned brake services inspection task. Experience performing the brake maintenance inspection similar to the assigned brake service inspection task of motor carrier of the intermodule equipment equipment provider maintenance program. Experience performing brake and maintenance inspection similar to assigned with the brake service inspection task commercial garage fleet, leasing company or similar facility. No motor carrier intermodule equipment provider may employ the person brake inspector unless for the evidence of the inspector qualification required that under this section maintained with the motor carrier intermodule equipment provider at least principal place for the business at the location of the brake inspector employed. Evidence must maintain with the period during which the brake inspector is employed with a capacity of 1 year thereafter. However, the motor carriers of the intermodule equipment providers do not have the maintained evidence qualification inspector air brake system for such inspection performed by the person that has passed the air brake knowledge skill test and the commercial driver's license. And that was part 3. That was part 396, inspection, repair, and maintenance.